What's up guys, in this video we're going to be looking at the top 3 penny stocks that are in the healthcare sector, and these stocks are going to have a potential catalyst coming up soon in the month of June. So we're going to be looking at exactly the fundamentals and the technical analysis to figure out exactly how we can trade these stocks. And I handpicked these stocks because they actually set up very well when we are looking at their technical analysis on the charts. So I picked these 3 stocks because they have very good setups. So I'm going to be going over in detail about these stocks, so make sure you stay tuned. And now let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so before we get into the video, please make sure to like the video. Let's get to 100 likes. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment section below, and I will look at it and I will respond to you as quick as possible. So the first stock that we're going to be looking at is going to be VBIV. Now this is going to be one of the stocks that's going to have a potential catalyst that's going to move the stock either to the upside or to the downside significantly, since it has an FDA related press release or news coming out in the month of June, specifically at June 22. So they're going to be releasing their phase 2A data about the drug that they're trying to pass over here, which is called the VBI 1901 and GMCSF, or also known as AS01. So this is going to be the drug that they're trying to pass. So they're going to be a presentation about it. So they're going to release what they how they progress, how the FDA kind of looked at their presentations, if it was positive or it's negative. They're going to be talking about that, and they're going to be releasing a press release based on what they did with the FDA. Now this is really important because the stock, no matter what happens, the stock is either going to respond positively or negatively to it. As you can see over here, the outstanding share of this stock, this company, is kind of significantly higher, since it has like 150 million shares available. But however, the stock can still significantly move due to this press releases that's going to be coming up pretty soon. As you can see over here, it's kind of hit a top of like $3. It spiked up to $3, and I picked specifically this VBIV stock because it's kind of at the support area over here at $2. It's currently trading at $2. So if you want to get involved in this stock and kind of build the position to anticipating a positive or like a negative press release about that vaccine or about that specific drug that they're trying to pass, you can use this area as a support or a resistance area. Right now it's acting as a support area, so you could definitely kind of risk the $2 area, and the reward is going to be, if it's positive news, it can definitely spike up to $3. And as you can see over here, the stock actually has a lot of insider transaction happening like within the past few months. Like there's 299% of insider transactions, and the insider ownership is 5.26%. and institutions own 44.45%. So there's like hedge funds and things like that owning this specific company. When we look at the year-to-date chart over here, as you can see over here, it's kind of trending slowly to the upside and made it high around $2.48 to $3 area, and now it's like a $2.10 area. So it's kind of just consolidating either to break out to the upside or to break down to the downside. And the market cap is $484.361 million, and the 1-year price target is actually $8.25. So that is very good. If we can actually get some kind of a positive news, that can definitely move it to the upside. So earnings is also there are important earnings, like they reported earnings on May 6th, and the 52-week range for the stock is between 46 cents to $2.98. So that is really significant. It's really kind of closer to the 52-week high. And also the volume transactions happening a lot. There's a lot of buying and selling going on within this specific stock. So I really like the setup on this stock because you can definitely see a very defined risk reward. You can definitely position yourself, and exactly where you can put your stop loss and where your profit price target is going to be set up. So that's why I really like this stock and to trade this specific stock, because of that setup. So now let's move on to the second stock. Alright guys, so before we get into the second stock, make sure you like the video. I really appreciate it. So the second stock is going to be VTVT So this is a company that have a share float of like 9.82 million. So it's very, very, small compared to the other company that we looked at. So if there's definitely positive or negative news that can come out, this stock can definitely, go to the upside significantly and also to the downside also. As you can see over here in the past, like it really can spike up due to this press releases and due to any kind of news that's related to the company. It can definitely make a major move to the upside and also to the downside when it sells off. So we need to really be careful when we're trading it, since the volume, the share outstanding is kind of low, the float of the stock is relatively low. As you can see over here, I picked this stock also because of the setup that I looked at it over here. We can use the $2.50 area as a support, a clear support area if you want to get involved in the stock. But before we go into detail about the technical analysis, what's going to be the news that is going to, a potential catalyst that's going to move the stock either to the upside or to the downside. So let's look at exactly what that catalyst date, when is that news going to be released. So this company is going to be releasing and providing data for the drug TTP399-ADA, which is used to help type 1 diabetes. They're going to provide further data about this drug to the FDA on June 13, 2020. So if the data is positive result, or it's anything that is going to be positive, definitely the stock can definitely move to the upside if we can see any potential things that can spike it up to the upside. So be on the lookout for the stock for June 13. So that this is the data that they're going to be presenting, or they're going to be providing to the FDA. So now let's get back to the charts and see exactly what are the price points that we can use. So let's get back to the chart. So I like this specific chart because it's kind of like trading around the support area. Right now you can use this level of like $2.50. It's kind of like slowly, trending down to this price point. So if we can anticipate a positive news press release coming out of that data presented to the FDA, the stock can definitely, potentially spike up to like $3.50, and also even the high of to $4. So however, if it doesn't work out, we have a clear area of support, and if the stock continues to just trend down, we can stop out and exit our position right over here. So that's why I really liked it, because there's a clear line of support and we can get involved with it by risking the $2.50 area, because these stocks are really speculative, and we also need to focus on what is going to be the potential risk, the potential reward. So there needs to be a really good risk reward for us to get involved in these stocks. So as you can see over here, as I mentioned, the share of the float is 9.82 million, so it's very light. So this can definitely spike up, and insider ownership of the company is 0.1%, and institution ownership is 12%, and institution transaction. So there's a lot of institutions transaction happening. There's 125% of the shares have been getting back and forth with institutions. So that's really interesting. When we look at exactly the 1 year estimate, it's actually at $7. So they really expect the stock to go to $7. And also, as you can see over here, from year to date, it's kind of trending and kind of consolidating at the high, which is kind of pretty good, that you want to see like the price is actually holding over here. So it can definitely, if the positive news comes up, it can definitely spike up. So this is a good thing to see when you're looking at the year-to-date chart. So the market cap of the company is $196 million. And as I mentioned, the 1 year price target is $7. The volume, the amount of shares traded per day, it's kind of relatively slow, because it's really low, because there's not a lot of things that is coming out for this specific company. But however, even like with low volume, the price is kind of held, so which is kind of pretty good, because usually when the volume and the amount of shares traded decreases, these kind of stocks tend to kind of go down, because there's not a lot of buying or selling going on. So the supply and demand imbalance can definitely, drive the stocks to go down. So let's say the 52-week range is from $1.23 to $4.23. So this is definitely kind of like in the middle of the 52-week range. So it can definitely spike up if we have a positive, positive news come out of the press release from that FDA related catalyst. It can go to $4.23. So that is one of the things that we need to be looking for this specific stock. So now let's move on to the third stock. Alright guys, so before we get into the third stock, make sure you like the video. I really appreciate it. It will really help the channel to grow if you smash the like button. Also, if you have any questions, and also if you are new, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. I will more than be happy to help you with your questions. So OPK is going to be our last stock, and this stock is also have a catalyst coming up with the FDA in June. So that is one of the things that can potentially make the stock to spike up to the upside or to kind of go down drastically to the downside. As you can see over here, the chart, this is also one of the stocks that I kind of like to set up the risk to reward. As you can see over here, it's kind of approaching the $2 area that we can use over here as a support area. That's kind of why I liked it, why I picked this stock. But before we go into detail about the technical analysis, let's look at exactly what is the date that this company is going to be releasing the FDA related catalyst news that can potentially affect the stock to the upside. So OPK is expected to release an F3 data that is going to be associated with the drug somatrogon, HGHCTP, and EDON, which is going to help the children growth hormone deficiency on June 8th. So it's probably like after 4 days, it's suspected. So they're going to be presenting about this drug at around June 8th, 2020 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at ENDO online. So they're going to be doing it online. So if there's positive progress that's been made, they're going to be talking about what they're progressing. Are they going to be, going to the last phase, which is going to be just proceed the drug to be FDA approved, because they're in the last stage of the phase 3. So this is really, really important. If they can, after this is just going to be going into the process of approving the drug, so based on the data that they have, so this is really, really key presentation for this specific company and for this specific drug to help people. So we definitely need to be looking out for what they say on June 8th, 2020 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So they can definitely make the stock to spike up to the upside or to the downside. So as I mentioned over here, if we want to place our trades or place our swing trades, we can definitely use the price point of $2 over here to kind of risk it. If we are going to buy it and hold it, we're going to play for the long side. And our first price target is also defined over here. As you can see, there's a resistance or area of around $2.80. And we're risking, right now, if we get involved with it, even right now, we're at $2.27. So we're risking 27 cents to make, at around 60 cents. So that's kind of a good risk to reward. That's why I kind of liked this stock too over here. So the share of the stock is around 400. The share of the flow is going to be 402 million. So this is definitely has a lot of shares available for the public to buy and sell. So even if it spikes up, it's not going to, even if as you can see over here, if the volume comes up a lot, if the positive news comes up, it can definitely make a move based on the news. However, the share is definitely, there's a lot of available shares, so it might need a lot of, maybe really, really good positive news for the stock to kind of move, but it kind of trends in one direction. So that's kind of good thing to see. When it starts to trend, it kind of trends to the upside, So we can expect that maybe like in 2-3 days, if the positive news comes out and the stock reacts, we can expect like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Even like 2-3 weeks of continuation to the upside if the news is kind of positive. So one of the other things that we need to look for is the insider ownership is 0.5%, and the insider transactions that happen, people that work in the company, the CEOs transactions, there are a lot of transactions been happening. So there's been 188%. And institutional ownership is going to be 25%. So not a lot of institutional ownership, only 25% of the stock is owned by institutions. Over here, when we actually look at the year-to-date chart, it kind of at the highs right now, as you can see from year-to-date, like at the beginning of the year, it's kind of just like trading around $1.60 area, and it kind of broke out to the upside, and it's kind of held, and it's kind of now just consolidating over here, expecting for that news either to make it shoot up to the upside or to the downside. And the 52-week range for the stock is between 112 cents to $2.91. The market cap is 1.521 billion, and the 1-year price target is $4.20. So that is one of the important things that we need to be looking for. And as you can see over here, it's really trading a lot. There's 14 million shares of the stock being bought and sold, within this day, trading day to day. So that is really a lot when it comes to this company, even though the average volume is like 19 million, but it's still kind of close to the average volume being traded every day. So once that FDA related news gets approached, we can definitely expect, the stock to either move to the upside significantly or to the downside. So, but I really like the setup for these 3 stocks. The risk reward is definitely going to be there. That's why I picked them. I looked at the other stocks, and the other stocks are actually good, but these are the ones that I really liked and that have the possibility of giving us a very good solid setup and risk reward. So that is going to be the end of this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like it, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. So peace out.